Hi, welcome. You might have guessed that this is a cat-themed reading. Okay, so I have to say, I was feeling inspired to wear my one and only Temu purchase years ago, and I haven't had a chance to wear it. I mean, I guess I haven't taken the chance to wear it. So I brought it out of the closet. Actually, I did purchase one other thing, and it was a gift for someone else. It was a really funny sweatshirt. It had a unicorn on it. Temu's weird. And then I subsequently deleted the app and haven't returned. But this feels really good. It's like slickery. And it's cats. It's so fun and weird. So what I thought we would do is I pulled out anything that was cat themed. Well, there's a cat on this Dreamweaver's Oracle. There's like a big cat. And then I pulled out the spirit animal oracle. There might not be a cat emerge, but we'll see. And then we have 4 cat themed tarot decks. So let's get to it. I thought we could do a spread that's like, what came to me was like a 9-card spread because of 9 lives. So that's our structure, and we'll see what messages want to come through. Oh, the words that came to me were pulse and forward. Pulse. I don't know if that means like the heartbeat of something, like you have your finger on the pulse of something, or if like it's like a movement, or if it's heartbeat. Really, I don't know what that means. And the word forward. I don't know if that means we're moving forward through something, or you're being forthright or forward now about something. Who knows? See what resonates with you. Pulse and forward. So let's see what overall oracle message we have to start off the reading. We have number 41. Weavers watch the dragons fly. Dragons. Ooh, look at those eyeballs. These are trippy cards. Weavers. This is called Dream Weaver. So you're the weaver of dreams. I don't know where this was. I think it was right here. Okay, number 41. Let's get to it. Essential meaning: being the observer, curiosity, seeing the big picture, not taking anything personally. Sometimes we get so involved in our feelings about things, we begin to believe we are those emotions. They become part of our identity, part of our story forever. Instead of understanding the transience of opinions, we become trapped by our beliefs about the world and our part in it. Ooh, I wonder if we're going to get the 8 of Swords. We'll see. Those ideas harden and stiffen until they form a tight container around our possibilities. While a container can be a good thing, we can find ourselves trapped in an old story. A good question to ask now about the subject you want this oracle to illuminate is, what am I making this mean? What if you removed your assumptions? What if nothing is ever personal? Now is the time to look at your situation and see it for what it is. Step back and look at the bigger picture. Remain neutral and curious like a cat, and be willing to explore it from a different perspective. There's so much more to discover here, so it's important not to get caught up in the being right or being caught in the smallest details that obscure a more expansive potential. Even in the most joyful times, you still run the risk of thinking it will always be that way, when everything will change and evolve, even transcend this forever place, because that is the truth of life. You're on a beautiful journey, and if you remain open and hopeful and willing to discover things that are unknown to you, that gift of curiosity will lead you to treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Like the dream weavers watch the dragons fly, so should you observe your inner and outer worlds in the same manner. When you really learn to pay attention and can say, "That's interesting," the hidden doors of perception swing wide. Such wisdom has always lived inside you. Did you know you were so fortunate? Stay open. Perception. Have you read that book by Aldous Huxley? It is trippy. Oh, I love it. It's so good. Yeah, so that's what we have from our Dreamweaver's Oracle. Stay open, remove assumptions. I like all that. And then we're going to read this one later, but we'll pull it now. This is from the Spirit Animal Oracle. Wouldn't it be fun if we got a cat? We'll see. These are kind of sticky. Yeah, no. Okay. Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. Well, it rhymes with cat. Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. Okay, we'll read that later. That's so funny, it rhymes with cat. Okay, I'm giddy. I'm excited for this. So I don't know, I put them in this order. It doesn't have to be in this order. But let's do a 9-card spread. I'm going to need more room here, kittens. Let's go. Move all that out of the way. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. So with a 9-card spread, oftentimes it could be past, present, future, conscious, reality, and subconscious. We'll see if that resonates. I'm going to do a spiral. Yeah, let's do that. These are even like chunky today, kind of like, let's go. So we have the 5 of Wands. Hold on, let me see if I can. The Tower. The Knight of Swords. Wow, what's going on here? The Magician. 4 of Pentacles. Let's spread out. We're going to need some clarification room around here. The Fool, yes. 3 of Cups. 4 of Swords. 3 of Swords. Well, there's definitely a rebirth of something. So I do agree with the Bat spirit. A rebirth is assured. That feels very true. Okay, so let's get a couple. Oh, let's do this one. We're going to get some clarifications. So what we have here is past, present, future, subconscious, or what's remaining hidden that we need to take a look at, that we might be aware of deep inside, but we haven't like wanted to take a look, or we just haven't been aware consciously of it. We have our present day reality, and we have our conscious thoughts, hopes, and dreams, everything we're trying to act or enact in our world that we're very like purposeful about. We have some intention, all those conscious thoughts. So let's clarify the 5. I didn't get an overall energy. Hold on. From the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so what's funny is we have the Hanged Man and the 4 of Swords here, which is, these are cards of kind of gaining wisdom from different sources. So the Hanged Man is this energy, overall energy of kind of really trying hard to gain a new perspective on something. Meaning I might contort myself, it might be uncomfortable, I might challenge my own belief system, I might be being challenged, by external forces, but it's really you contorting yourself into like looking at things from a different perspective, putting yourself in other people's shoes, even if it's uncomfortable. So with that all said, there's also over here in like this future energy in our reality, and it might be immediate future. The 4 of Swords is you're finally wanting to seek, like maybe this whole seeking a new perspective takes the form of really prayer, really deep intuitive searching from your higher self's perspective. So that's kind of where we're going. So let's clarify this 5 of Wands in our immediate present energy, which is it's a kind of an ego state that we're in. So let's clarify what that's about. We've got the 2 of Cups. I'm just going to do this for lack of room here. Although I got to be mindful. I've got like so many more cats to draw. So we have the Magician again. That's really funny because we just are coming out of the past energy of the Magician into the present energy of the Magician. So this idea of having some, like trying to anchor in that higher wisdom into our present reality. By the way, that's such a theme right now. That's what we're all being called to do anchor in your higher wisdom into this reality so like we can connect with each other over it. And the Two of Cups is a card of connection. That's funny that that came through. So there's something here about like this Five of Wands is this, like I have this passion, this drive, this idea that it has to be this way. And that's what the bat spirit was telling us. Like it might not have to look that way. Release all assumptions. And the Magician is saying, don't assume, tap into that higher wisdom and bring it down. Connect with your higher wisdom. So there's something here about anchoring that into your reality. Oh, excuse me. I'm just going to have to go quickly here because we've got a lot of cards. And we'll see what happens. So the Tower, I'm going to go in the same order. The Tower is in our present, like subconscious, which is a sudden change, a sudden like desire for change in a sudden way. We'll see. The Knight of Pentacles, oh, that's so interesting. Both the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles are this, that it's this energy of patience. So with this, like there's this sudden, there's like something is changing quickly, and in the process it's saying you should have patience. Go slowly. Don't try to rush through this, whatever this rebirth is. It's saying you've like plant your seeds and watch them grow, and it remove all assumptions for how this journey is going to look. Because the Knight of Pentacles, he's like, I'm here for the long run. I am in no hurry, and I'm going to move very methodically through this. And that's funny because the Tower is like, we might feel this deep rumbling of like this thing that's saying, it's time to heal this. It's time for this sudden change. I don't know if this is necessarily a healing, like there's some deep wound to heal, but there's definitely something like a rebirth of something. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords. How did we get here? Because the Knight of Swords is the fastest energy. So something very sudden has led to this swift destruction of like a perspective, but it's saying, okay, now pause. Through this swift coming down, pause, reflect, plant your seeds, go slowly through this. And we have the Knight of Wands. That's so funny. We've gotten all these knights here, which are action cards. They're saying it's time to take action, or you've been taking action. This is, the Knight of Wands is this, he's passionate. He acts on his passions and inspiration. And he is spiritually guided. So he does have this ability to act on that higher wisdom as long as he can see it. And the Knight of Swords is like, gosh, a super, oh my God, you guys, all the chills. We got the Tower again, leading right into the Tower. And we got the Magician leading right into the Magician. What is happening? Well, okay, and both are major arcana, and both are like, there's the Tower is just some really sudden like transformation happening, sudden change, quick, swift, like tearing down old belief systems. Oh, that's what this is. This is like about belief. Okay. Let's see what that's about. What are you trying to change your belief on? Because the Knight of Wands, he's like, but what happened? There's some sudden change that happened leading up to this that's maybe forcing you to come to a new realization about something. When I say belief, that's like the big umbrella term, and it might just be like some massive realization is happening for you where you're like, oh my God, it's very spiritual in nature, because we have this Magician who's like, as above, so below. Like, I really want all of this, I want to ground in all of this spiritual energy. And the Tower is rebirth. And it's assured. Rebirth is assured. Like, it's here. Okay, let's keep going. The Magician. The Eight of Wands. God, this is so fast. We've got all the fast energy cards here in the past leading up to, oh gosh. Then we got the Moon. There's some illusions, dreams, illusions in our actual reality. So it's almost like whatever you believed, but oh my God, this is like a spiritual awakening. This is big, you guys. There's something, and it's swift. So it's almost like that. It's like a Kundalini awakening. I wonder if it's that. Have you guys had one of those? Anyway, it can be very fast. It can be very disorienting, like the Tower energy. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, this whole world I've been living in has been an illusion. And we have the Five of Wands right here saying like ego. The ego is coming down. Okay, let's see. Four of Pentacles. We'll keep clarifying this because and that's the vibe I'm getting. Oh my God, we've got the Knight of Swords again. Again, all this past energy has been so swift. The Four of Pentacles, though, in our conscious thought is like, I want stability. And maybe that is why this has been so destructive feeling with the Tower energy, is because you're like grasping for, because that's your conscious thoughts and desires and hopes and dreams. You want that stability. And the Knight of Swords is saying, here we go. You have strength showing up here. Ooh, it's like you desire that strength. It's like the strength of stability. Oh, okay. So there's something here where it's almost like you feel like a lack of control. Does that resonate with you? I mean, even look at this Hanged Man. The cat is like way out of control right now. And the Fool, that's awesome. The Six of Cups is healing. It's like this healing the past. It's through intuition to become this free-spirited fool. That's what you hope right now. There's something here through this like rebirth, like this swift change that's come about, that now you're pausing. You're saying, go slow, be methodical, tap into your intuition, and heal something from the past so that you can come into this Fool energy in the present day. And it does feel like something about control is here, because the Fool is like, I know that control is an illusion and I am carefree now. I don't grasp onto anything. And so you are healing something from the past that has something to do with control. And then we have the Three of Cups in our future is one of harmony, togetherness, celebration, just pure love in community. And we have the Ten of Swords. So this is another card of rebirth. This Ten of Swords is saying you definitely are bringing an end to some, like the Ten of Swords is literally, I've been trying to control everything and I just keep stabbing myself in the back until I'm nearly dead. Like, oh my God, they're holding a beer. That's hilarious. And he's like, it was all an illusion. I have no control, and I'm treating that as a blessing. And now I'm coming into this like I'm coming into harmony. And we have Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So this is saying like there's definitely a rebirth. There's been like the Wheel of Fortune is like, again, Ten of Swords. I'm treating this as a blessing. The way that these cycles keep coming through life, it's something to do with time, divine timing also. Because the Wheel of Fortune is like, I say, like the universe doesn't play favorites. It's like, now's your time to heal this. And you might feel a little unlucky because it's been sort of swift and a little bit uncomfortable. There's some discomfort showing up in this reading for sure. Four of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. She's another kind of magician. And she can make anything happen. She's so confident. She's hopeful. She's very optimistic, very passionate. And this is the Four of Swords is you seeking your higher wisdom, and that Queen of Wands is the most intuitive. She is a magician. She's just like so in tune with her inner strength and her desires and her ability to manifest those desires into her reality. And the Page of Cups is this messenger of an emotional renewal that comes from seeking your higher wisdom with this Four of Swords. That's a beautiful like near future energy in our reality. So Three of Swords, because we've got the Magician, and the Queen of Wands is another magician. You are magical. You have the ability to attract to you whatever you want. It takes a new belief to do that. It takes like shifting your perspective and releasing the illusion of control in order to now attract truly. Like, because you've been grasping for that stability out of like this feeling like you can control that, and it just slips through your fingers, right? It's like, no, I have no control. And it takes recognizing that control is an illusion. That's what's showing up here. So let's clarify this Three of Swords and the subconscious. Ooh, yeah. So Three of Swords typically is like a card of like pain, hurt, like heart kind of wound. And we have here the Eight of Cups. You're like, I'm not settling for that anymore. I don't want any more of that. I'm moving on. And the Seven of Cups is I have options. I have choice. I don't have to feel that anymore. This is almost like you believing your strength, your power. This is you stepping into your power. That's in a nutshell. Okay, let's keep. Oh, I already got these. I already did these. We don't want those anymore. So do you feel that? Do you feel like where you've maybe felt a little like out of power? Like you're grasping for control and you're like, I can never really feel like I have control over my life. That Wheel of Fortune keeps landing on the unlucky spot for me. And this is saying, oh, honey, get ready, because you are really going to realize just how powerful you are, like how magical. It's magical thinking. Okay, what words did we get again? We got... Oh my God, I'm going to have to rewind. I totally forgot our words. You remember. That's so funny. Maybe they'll come to me. Yeah, totally. Pulse. And forward? Yeah, those were the words. So interesting. I wonder how that relates. You know what? I haven't clarified the overall energy. I'm just getting too excited. So what I'd like to do is do that. Come here. Come back here. So let's clarify the Hanged Man. We have Justice. So when we say you're seeking a new perspective, you're seeking the real truth of the situation. And you have the King of Swords. You're seeking truth and clarity. It's almost like because you've been living, you now recognize the illusion for what it is. And so now you're like, all that's left for me, I'm moving on. All that's left for me is truth and clarity. Okay, so let's start by clarifying more of that Hanged Man. And in the interest of time, I'm just going to pull one more card each. We have the Queen of Swords. So again, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, both of them have this, they're very clear about who they are. They have a lot of clarity. Those are the cards of clarity. And she's also like, I don't want any more of what no longer serves me or serves my vision and my belief system. So it's definitely getting clear on what you truly believe. And let's clarify the Five of Wands. We have the King of Wands. I trust the ones that pop out. The King of Wands is, so we talked about this magical thinking and like connecting your higher world down into your current reality. It really takes trust, because ego is the opposite of trust. Ego is, I know. I don't have to trust because I know. And the King of Wands is here to say, like, oh, there's such a yeah, this is you moving out of you think you know, and to you trust so much in whatever your vision is, your passion and your purpose, that you can sit back and you're basically just waiting for the right time to act. So you're not grasping for control. You're like, that's an illusion, and I know exactly, I trust when it's time for me to do something, when it's time for me to pursue something, when it's time for me to act or react. And the King of Wands isn't a reactionary king. So it's like that, if this is your present energy, this is exactly where you are right now. You're realizing this illusion, and you're built, there's a confidence building in you that says, I can let go. And like this, the overall energies were telling us, remove all assumptions and release how something should look. So basically that's a symbol of trust. Let's clarify this Tower. What's happening in our current subconscious? We've got the Knight of Wands again. It's so crazy how we have all of these repeats in the same paths. So we have the Knight of Wands. Wow. He's, again, another card of action. Everything in your subconscious is telling you, like, you've been feeling this, like, burning, like this buildup of, like, it's, and it may be way back there. It may just be a subtle, deep feeling like, I feel like it's time to move. It's time to move this energy of releasing control. And the and you have all this Wands energy, which is inspiration and passion. It's not about control. Swords are control. And you've got a lot of Wand energy here, which is like, I have this, like, this growing inspiration from deep within. And the Knight of Wands he's also like very he's curious. He trusts and he's curious in the way that he acts, takes action. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles. We have all this big energy with the court cards. So the King of Pentacles, this is in our recent past leading up to this, with the Knight of Wands again, the Tower. It's so funny, we've got those paired twice now. And and all this Pentacles energy. It's no wonder that this is slowing down. We've gone from the King to the Knight to the Seven. There's a slowing down through this process, like we talked about. It's saying pause, plant your seeds diligently, really take your time through this, because you can't just kill the ego right away, because the ego's like, I belong here. Watch, I'll prove it. And it starts to wreak havoc. It's like the monkey mind stuff again. And the King of Pentacles he's very, there's such a stability with the King of Pentacles that it's funny that it's the stability and abundance. Like, there's this fullness to the King of Pentacles. He's very grounded. He takes his time. And he's also in it for the long run, because he's building something that will last for himself and future generations. And with that kind of energy, there's like this control element, right? It's like he's the one that puts into his 401k every week. And he, he's like, I've got to plan for every eventual outcome, because I need the support structure to be there for no matter what happens. That's not really trusting. It's really being like, I have to act on everything, on every front, so that I can have some safety, some stability. And that's why it's in line with that Four of Pentacles up there in the conscious thought. So this underlying energy has been one like, I've got to plan. I've got to be planful. I've got to make sure everybody's going to be okay in my life, which isn't a bad thing. It's just grounded in this feeling of this belief that you can control things. And we all know control is an illusion. And here we go up to the Moon. Let's clarify that. we have the Two of Wands. So when we had this in the recent past with the Eight of Wands, which is, again, more swift energy that says, it's time for you to dissolve this illusion, and it's going to be uncomfortable. It's saying you got to get out of your comfort zone of like putting into your 401k every week. I do advocate for putting into your 401k every week or saving, whatever it is for you. But that's just an analogy to say, like, because you're planning for every eventual outcome, you still can't control what's going to happen, right? It's good to be planful, but when we talk about these big energies, it's like maybe it's saying, look at that. Where is that coming from? It's probably based in some underlying fear. And this might be fear-based, all this tower energy of like, I'm just scared everything's going to come crumbling down. So I've got to prepare for every eventual outcome. And we still know that's what this is. This is a spiritual healing. When you're dissolving that ego that says, ego, I'm releasing attachment. That showed up in our overall energy. There's something about releasing from your, there's like control is attachment. Two of Wands is saying things have gotten pretty uncomfortable to the point where you feel like, yeah, I've got to change. I don't want to be based like fearful anymore. So let's clarify this Four of Pentacles up here in our recent past. Oh my God, we've got I love how the swords are all showing up in the conscious thought, because that's what swords are. They're all up here. And then we've got the Wands and Pentacles showing up in the lower, like the deeper energies, because it's like exactly what it is. So the King of Swords, again, we've got a repeat here, along with the Knight of Swords, is very quick, confident, strong, clarity, all of those words with strength. And so there's something here in your conscious thoughts saying that's what you want. You want to be the one who knows exactly what's going to happen, knows exactly how to act. You want to be the one that knows exactly what you believe. And you desire that strength and stability. So that's another confirmation that that's where your head's been. And then let's go into the current headspace with the Fool, which is totally different. This is like, we've got to heal this. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune again, coming into the Wheel of Fortune. You guys, it keeps happening. This is like your current mind state is like, you know what? I'm starting to realize that this Wheel of Fortune, you can't control it. It's like sometimes I'm doing well, I'm lucky, sometimes I'm unlucky. And it's just the nature of life on this earth as a human. That's just what you're finally intuiting. And you're healing that. You're healing that belief in that old illusion. That's what that Six of Cups is. And there's such a gentleness here. It's not like this has to be really destructive for you. Like you desire it to be gentle, even though underneath you've had all this like fear energy, perhaps. That's what the Tower is showing up as way down here. There's this like uneasiness. Can't quite put your finger on it. But in your headspace, you're like, I just want to feel through this now. I'm tired of this. I just want to be a feeler through this energy of, I don't know whether I'm going to be lucky or unlucky. I want to surrender it. Again, I think there is an element of surrender here, especially with this Queen of Wands. There's an element, like in the Magician, it's like you have all of this real power, not the illusion of control, but you have real power. And it does take like just trust, surrender. Let's clarify this Three of Cups, Ten of Swords. We've got the Seven of Swords. Wow. The Seven of Swords, this is in our future mindset. So there's something here that's warning you like to not forget what you've been learning about the Wheel of Fortune, which is like, I can't control it. So it's like, don't be fearful of it. Look right at it. Don't forget that when we go forward. And the Ten of Swords is like, you want to heal it. Don't forget it. Treat it as a blessing. And this Three of Cups is what's going to emerge from that. So don't deceive yourself about what this is all about. You want to be able to come into harmony whatever that means for you. Do you feel like you've been like feeling like this internal friction? And this is saying like, remember, this is what it's all about. You're like dissolving that ego friction. Let's clarify the Four of Swords, Page of Cups. We have the Three of Cups again. So, and this is grounding these thoughts down into our everyday reality. So you're desiring that harmony. And here it is showing up right here with all of this like higher seeking, your higher wisdom, and you're grounding that down with that, all of that magical thinking. You really are changing the way you believe. Let's clarify this. And we have the Two of Cups again. Where did we get that before? Here it is in our current reality. So in our future, like subconscious state, we have the Two of Cups again with the Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups. That's so funny. We're getting all the Wands and Pentacles together, Cups together, Swords together. I love that confirmation. So this is also like when we, so let's just, story time. So if we were to take 8, 7, and 2 of Cups in progression, and remember we're clarifying the Three of Swords. So that is some definitely heartache, pain. This has been kind of painful, this journey. And what we're doing is, as we clarify this going forward, we're saying the way we're healing this is to, we're like moving away from the, like this, we feel like we're moving, okay, sorry, let me choose my words. We're moving out of thinking we know exactly what we want. Remember how it said something about moving to what you need instead of what you want? That is what we're moving away from. This is like an energy of like off seeking what I want. And here I am in the Seven of Cups saying, well, look at all these options of what I want. And then it's coming down to the Two of Cups saying, now I'm in divine alignment with what I really need. Like what is bringing me into that Three of Cups energy of harmony. I'm distilling all of this down to what do I really need? Wow. To move out of this, like the painful part of this process. Because all of this is like, what do I want? And I'm not settling. And it's like, it's not good enough. And then it's like, wait a minute. Now I realize there's a divine alignment with the Two of Cups. And now it's like, oh, that's what I really need. That's what my higher self that I searched for this Four of Swords told me I needed when I searched my higher wisdom. And lastly, I know this is going long. What else is new? We're going to do one more card for clarifying this to bring it home, put a bow on it, and then we'll read that Bat Spirit, Rebirth is Assured. See, and then we'll call it done. Thank you for being here. We knew this would be a long one because cats have 9 lives. They take a while. Let's clarify the overall energy. We have the King of Cups. I love that. This is like full circle energy. So the King of Cups is fully balanced. He's like full on believes with his heart. He leads with his heart. And so you've now just you've shifted this perspective. You're seeking your truth and this clarity. And now you've descended from all that ego stuff into the heart space. And that's where you're leading from now. Which really, if we're talking about releasing control, this is surrender. This is you're in a flow state. That's what the King of Cups is. He's a flow state. Now I'm going to keep enough talking. Let's just get to it. So we have the Seven of Wands. This is, and what's funny is we've gone from the 5, the King, and the 7 of Wands here, clarifying the Magician and 2 of Cups as well. So this is in order to come to this realization of where you are today, you are creating some separation between the past and where you want to be. So where you are today is a very good place. You're in your little protective bubble. In order to be the Hanged Man, you're like, I need to shield myself from even my old ways of belief, but also from outside influence. It's like, it doesn't have to look like anybody else's way to do this. Release all assumptions. The Seven of Wands is saying, like, create, like, be a little defensive with your energy. Okay, well, now we have the Two of Cups again. How many times are we going to get that card? And that's in our subconscious for the current state. So that's where you know where you're going, because we got the Two of Cups somewhere else. All right, here. That's so funny. We got it both in our current real life, and then we've also got it in our subconscious. And that is this deep desire that knows through all of this shakeup of belief, you are coming into alignment with what you really need. We've got Two of Cups, Two of Cups, Two of Cups. You are in alignment. That's where you're headed. We've got the Six of Swords. This is the healing that's been, like, all of this quick destructive energy is the start. What's been happening is it's the start of healing this control energy. Whoops, so that's confirmation of that. And we have the, wow, we've got the Four of Swords again, which is funny because we have the Four of Swords in our immediate future and we have the Four of Swords in the immediate past. So there's been, you've been doing this. You've actually been, especially because we have the Moon here, you're very intuitive, aren't you? I know you are. You know how to tap into your higher wisdom. You've been doing it. And things are starting to happen. That's why this Eight of Wands is here. You started this process all on your own. It just didn't hit you out of nowhere. Remember how I said, like, that Kundalini awakening energy where it's just like, bam, it's here. And you're like, how did it even start? Well, you actually spurred this on somehow. You're a seeker. So you've already been seeking and you brought this swiftness about. I think you kind of opened your own can of worms. Does it feel like that? This is saying it's kind of like, it's like you know, literally those snakes that pop out of a can, you like lifted the lid and they went, and you're like, oh, okay, it's time. My analogies are terrible. And then in our immediate past of the conscious thoughts, we have the Queen of Wands, which is funny because this whole time, that's what you've been desiring. You're like, and she's coming about in our reality, because all this time you've been this energy has just been like coming into reality from our thoughts and from the subconscious space. You are a magician. That's what this is doing. It's like you are aligning thoughts and all these deep internal knowings and feelings that you haven't been able to put your finger on, and they're like coming down into your physical reality. You're a magician. And then we have the Sun. So in our conscious thoughts right now, we have this, we are so optimistic. I love this. Everything so aligns with every little bucket. So we've got the Fool. We're like, we trust. We are relying on our intuition to heal this thing, and it's gentle, it's loving. And this Wheel of Fortune, we just know that there's a cycle. Like you can't control it's an illusion of control. The Wheel of Fortune is universal energy. It's just like the rules of the universe. And the Sun is, but you're optimistic through this. The Fool's optimistic. And the Sun is like, I'm free. I'm free from that illusion. There's a freedom with the Sun. I love this. And then we have the Three of Wands. You know, it's funny. We had the Two of Wands back here. And now that's our reality. So it's like, it's almost like this Two of Wands is saying, like, I'm venturing. Yeah, in the future, you're not scared to let all this go. You're ventured out of that safe space. The Two of Wands, it's like that call out of, because the Two of Wands here was like, in your immediate reality, it was a little uncomfortable because we have the Moon. It's like you popped open that can, and now going forward in your conscious thoughts, there's no problem. You have no problem being a little bit uncomfortable as that Wheel of Fortune keeps going around. And so that Seven of Swords is saying, like, the Seven of Swords with that like little bit of secretive or deceptive energy, or like, yeah, it's saying that you're no longer deceived by that illusion, because you know that it's okay to be uncomfortable. I can move through it as it happens, because there might be that element of control popping up from time to time, and that's okay. Okay, a couple more here. These are getting slippery. So we have the Page of Cups. Oh my God, we clarified the Page of Cups with the Page of Cups. You've got all this Cups energy. Hold on. So again, confirmation that I think moving forward in life, there, instead of like this illusion of control, the way to move through that, I always think of like opposing energies to help counteract, like to get out of a cycle or out of a rut or out of a pattern that you're trying to break, like implementing like bringing in the opposing energy. And with this illusion of control, like it takes curiosity. And it's so funny. I'm just like laughing because of the cat energy. Like curiosity killed the cat. Well, no, I think curiosity kind of helped the cat. I'm just laughing because it's like this opposite. The Page of Cups is curious, and the Page of Cups has a curious heart and a youthfulness about it. So that's the way, like, is this higher wisdom, this magical thinking, is you moving from like, I think I can control everything because it makes me feel stable, like I'm rooted, I'm secure. And now it's moving into like, I don't know. I'm just tapping into what I need, and that is curiosity. I need to lead with the heart, lead with a curious heart, instead of like fear and grasp. And now I'm kind of out like this, like the Fool, like I trust that everything's going to work out, because the control is not a real thing. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Again, all this cups right here. The Knight of Cups, we've gotten him, I swear we've had him before. Now we have too many cards out here. But the Knight of Cups is in the future state. It's so great because you have what is this? The Three of Wands. Yes, the Three of Wands is you. I think I read it as the Two of Wands before, which is very true still. That the Three of Wands is saying, in the future, I don't have to know what anything's going to look like. I trust that everything is going to serve me and my best interests. I'm planning in a different way. You know how before where it was like this, like planning for every eventual pitfall? Now it's like, I'm just going to plan just enough and then leave room for the universe to work its magic. And I'm going to lead with curiosity every day of my life. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is in the like in that deep inner world. He's the action through intuition. Action through intuition. And so it's like you're fully aligned with like conscious trust, daily curiosity. Like that's how I move through the world, and leading with my intuition. Whoa. Okay. Sorry to keep you here so long. I just didn't feel like doing an extended and breaking it up. I figured we could just do the whole shebang. So let's read Bat Spirit, which is number 5. Ooh, number 5 is the card and the number of transformation, change. And what's funny is oftentimes people will say it's quick change, the number 5. Well, we've got like all the towers here. So yeah, quick change. Number 5, Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. Oracle message. After something has run its course and died or been released, finished, surrendered, completed, or ended, there is a promise of a new beginning. Rebirth is assured. Just as night gives way to dawn and the bat emerges from darkness as a womb-like cave, Bat Spirit has come to remind you that this rebirth is a miraculous one. For the very best elements of what you had to give up in the death of old are still present in this new amazing life forming now. This is the miracle and magic. We got the Magician so many times. And the Queen of Wands. This is the miracle and magic of rebirth in every aspect of your life, including the rebirth of faith and your ability to establish new and healthy relationships. That spirit reminds you that at present you are in unknown territory and may feel as if you are lost. However, you are called to trust that your intuition will be a reliable guide as you give birth to something new and unfamiliar. Bat Spirit has listened in the darkness of night and has heard all your hopes and dreams, your fears and worries, and assures you that this new version of your dream, this move from darkness into light, from lost to found and death to rebirth, comes to fruition with love at its core. Oh, that's true. We got the King of Cups. It says it right here in the overall. That's your core power now. That spirit asks you to trust that what seems to have died is actually shape-shifting into something even more meaningful and wondrous than before. That illusion has died. If you feel you're in the dark, know that come morning, all will be revealed and things will be in a new form that is right for you. Protection message. What are you refusing to let die? Bat Spirit is gently nudging you to let go of your need to cling to the familiar story that has already run its course. A new story is poised to be born. Some dreams were only meant to last for a moment in time. Sometimes they were only there to slow you down as you recalibrated in preparation for the new life that will give you what you really want. Perhaps you need to grieve as you say goodbye to something. At least you're saying goodbye to its familiar form. Perhaps you must let go of a part of you that must die so you can be reborn. This temporary time in the dark doesn't have to be scary or sad, though. Bat Spirit gives her her powers of perception and awareness as you learn to listen deeply and navigate these unknown caves of temporary emptiness. You will emerge with a new perspective. Hanged Man? In the very overall energy, new perspective. And Bat Spirit will witness your giving birth to the life that matches the intentions and desires of your heart and soul. Remember how, first of all, that's amazing. Remember how we talked about everything is coming into alignment? Everything's coming at, like, you're aligning your conscious thoughts, the subconscious underpinnings of, like, all these internal feelings you haven't put your finger on. They've been to, like, I don't know what the word is. Vague, just sort of like feelings that you can't name. And everything's coming into alignment. And that's exactly what that ended by saying. So that's pretty amazing. So, okay, we'll call it done. Let me know if you have any questions on this. If you want to go deeper, schedule a one-on-one. I think it's a time of, you're in such a good place of trust. You're starting to trust your intuition very deeply and you're remaining optimistic. And I think there's just, what's amazing and all the chills is because there's this deep, like, you're stepping into your power. I don't know how else to put it with all of this Magician and Queen of Wands energy. There's just, by dropping the illusions, you are coming into such a complete, grounded, internal knowing of the agency you have in your life. There we go. Those are the final words. So go you. That's amazing. Yeah, lead with curiosity, like the cats. So thank you for being here, and I appreciate it if you subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do just to stay connected and share with me what resonated with you or what didn't. Like, just put a pin in that or set it aside. It might have been meant for someone else. Just take the pieces that really stood out to you because those are meant for you. These messages are timeless. And you're meant to see whatever resonates with you in the moment you watch it. So that's the intention I always put behind these. They're timeless. So thank you for being here. Bye.